most of our viewers are men from the West. And of course, you are one of them. And maybe you also have this question in your mind: how can I start? When to start? And where to go? Where to find these Filipinas? How to approach Filipina? How can I make the Filipina like me or fall in love with me? I'm gonna give you my perspective about dating a foreigner guy like you. Hello everybody, welcome back to our channel Fly Me to the Philippines. It's time for another Chrissy Tells All episode. There are so many people out there that are asking Rob, how did he do it? How did Rob succeed in his plan about settling down here in the Philippines and meet a Filipino wife? For today's video, I am going to share common questions that were asked by people like you. What to do, how to start, when to start, and how to succeed here in the Philippines. What do you think motivated your husband to seek a relationship online? And why do you think he chose to look for someone in the Philippines? According to what Rob had shared with me, and of course with you guys, in the West, he felt like he's being alone. He's being rejected. He felt the need of something, of life stability, of happiness that he can hardly find in the West. That's according to him and not according to me. So I think what motivated Rob to go online and find a Filipina is that the YouTube channel that he've been watching his entire retirement life, those time that he was still there like you, watching YouTube channel and not even taking the first step yet. And because of the YouTube channels that he's been watching, it is the one that opened his eyes and did his move to go online, find a Filipina. He failed so many times, but then he did not quit. And after meeting me online, he took right away his first step and did not wait for too long to come here in the Philippines and meet me. And why did he pick Philippines of all East Asian countries? I think because he believed that Filipinas are loving, Filipinas are caring, and of course, according to him, Filipinas are pretty. Filipinas are more solemn, they are more sweet and smiling. What advice would you give to older men who are hesitant about trying online dating or approaching younger women from a different culture? My really one piece of advice for these older men who wanted to meet Filipinas or wanted to meet Thai women or any younger woman from the Asia, you should make your one step. And that one step is to try. You will not know if you will succeed or not if you will not even try. And be inspired of all the successful stories. Be mindful of the unsuccessful stories. And also, don't quit. As what Rob always say, just don't quit. Just keep going. Like here in the Philippines, we have this saying that as long as there is tomorrow, there is hope. What are some mistakes you think older men might make when trying to meet someone online, and how can they avoid them? Actually, I answered this question so many times in our videos, but I'm gonna tell you again. Number one mistake that a man could make during online dating is that when you send money to the woman that you just met, you can even hardly video call her and you're gonna send money. That's a big mistake. How to avoid it? Don't send money. Investigate. Verify everything that she's going to send you, IDs, details, personal information, and of course you can ask advice and ask questions to those people who are already experienced in this field, like to those person who already had a failures and success when it comes to dating here in the Philippines. How important was honesty and communication in the early stages of your relationship? It is very, very important because when you get to know each other and you started it with a lie, that will affect her trust with you. She will have trust issue with your relationship, and that can cause trouble in the future. Because when you lie, it means you're not confident about your partner. You're not confident about the woman that you are dating. And also it means you cannot be trusted. So as much as possible, be honest, because honesty can make the trust more stronger between two people. Were there specific things your husband did during your initial conversations that made you feel comfortable and interested in him? Yes, he talked about personal things, about family, and right away I found out he is also a family oriented. He loved his family, he loved his kids, so for me that's a big thing, because I really like a person who value family, as I am also valuing my family. Family is very important to me. So that made me interested when he talked about family. When he talked about lesson learned through life experiences, I felt interested right away, because he's the kind of person I thought that I could learn a lot. That is a good influence to me, and even a good influence to everyone that will listen to him. What steps did he take to show his commitment to you? He's always communicating. Our communication was constant, it was stable, and there's no gaps. I mean, there's no offs. Like every day we talked, and to be honest with you, he did not say any promises while we are online dating, but even though he did not say anything, I can trust him. I can trust every word he say and his plans for us. So when he presented to me his plans and his sincerity to be with me, I think that's what made me confident about him. How did he make you feel valued and respected throughout your relationship? He listened to me. That's the thing that I felt respected, because when I wanted to express my emotion, I wanted to express my opinion, I wanted to express something, he listened. And I felt respected every time he listened to me. Because, it's not all the time that I will be right, but he listened. And after he listened to me, he will correct me if I am wrong. And also other thing he showed respect to me is that how he respected my family, how he respected my parents, how he respected our culture. What advice would you give to older men preparing to meet their online match for the first time in person? Okay. I think groom yourself, like grooming. I think for the first impression, of course, it's a first meeting, because I would do the same as well. Like when I first met Rob in person, I even curled my hair, I put a little bit of makeup, I put perfume. So on our first hug, he will smell me as, pleasant. So I think the same thing that you're gonna do with women. I think, there are a lot of women out there that on the first meeting, they don't want to be like touchy. They don't want to have a long kiss maybe, or a long hug. They will feel awkward about it because, it's first time meeting online. To be honest with you, when I first met Rob in the airport and he gave me a little kiss on the lips, I was just like stunned, and I felt awkward because especially it was in the public. But yeah, of course, it's part of the meeting in person. So yeah, my advice will be just, take it slowly. Holding hands will do. How can someone from the West navigate cultural expectations when meeting a Filipino woman and her family? I think before meeting the family, or even before meeting your woman, you have to read articles about the Filipino cultures, about the Filipino norms. So for that, you will have an advanced knowledge before meeting them in person. Like there are some traits that you need to be aware of when you meet the parents, how to act in front of them. So just a little bit of, education about the Philippines and about the Filipino family. So something like that, and you can have already a little insight about it, and you can consider yourself ready then. What are some things your husband did to make the process of meeting and marrying you in the Philippines go smoothly? Rob's system was very effective and it worked. He did not do it rushly. He did it smoothly, slowly, step by step. Like when he met me in person, we met each other just alone, me and him, for 3 days, getting to know each other. And by that time, he, he got to know if we really match. So he went to the next step, which is meeting my family. And of course, I did inform my family that before talking about marriage, I need to be with Rob for at least 1 year, know each other more. We will find our weaknesses and strength. And it worked. So, after a year and I think 6 months, we got married. So I think Rob did not just create that system simply, but he also studied about it. He followed also a lot of advice from those more experienced people, his friends. And that decision about living together for a year and 6 months before getting married was the best thing we ever did, because you put yourself a lot of time to think, a lot of time to know more about your partner, and working in YouTube together for more than a year also help us grow together, learn together, and also know each other's weaknesses and flaws. And we discovered a lot of ourselves. We discovered a lot of things that we did not expect that will come up in our relationship, and we found out that we can fight through it. How did your husband overcome potential concerns about the age difference between you? When there are a lot of concerns, we talk about it. We comfort each other. We give opinions to each other. And also, we try to embrace happiness more than any matters around us. I know that there are a lot of people that kind of like judging us about our age gap differences. Even our ideas sometimes are different. I think it helped that you love each other. What do you believe older men bring to a relationship with a younger partner that can make the bond strong and meaningful? The knowledge. Older men, I believe they are more knowledgeable because of their experiences, because of the life experience that they had. Another thing is that the maturity. They are more mature and it is very influential. And I think that's what makes us more stronger, because, in a relationship, when the other person is weak but the other one is very strong, it will stay standing because the weak one can rely on the stronger one. How can men build a relationship based on mutual respect and understanding rather than focusing on the age difference? When you show respect to her, she will probably show respect to you. And you should also tell her how important the respect, how important is respecting each other's opinion, and how important is your relationship. When you maintain the good communication with each other, when you are not going to think that your partner is your enemy and everything that she will say is wrong, and everything that will comes out in her mouth is just immaturity. I think if you're gonna give consideration, communicate, by that she will understand more about you, and because she understands more about you, she will give you more respect. How did your husband's approach stand out to you compared to others you may have interacted with online? Okay. So speaking of interaction online, I've been to so many conversations with different Western men online because, of course, I navigated online dating. And what stood out with Rob's conversation is that he is more insightful. His topic is very valuable. There's a value in it. He is more serious than the others. He did not talk about things that are not important in the relationship or not yet important in the relationship. He knows the steps. He knows what to do. And of course, he applies those 36 questions about making your relationship stronger with your Filipina. It's even if it's online or even if it's boots on the ground, those 36 questions really helped a lot with our connection to each other. So he is very natural, he's very friendly, and that's why he's different from the other men that I've interacted with. How can older men prepare for the challenges and adjustments of building a life with someone from a different culture? You have to live together for a very long time for you to discover and learn about the culture of your Filipina, the culture of your partner, and also listen to those people who are already experienced and had already faced all these challenges here in the Philippines. You also have to be mindful. You have to be aware of the differences. You have to be aware of the conflicts that you may face. Study a lot more about the Philippines and about the Filipino. What advice would you give to an older man who wants to follow in your husband's footsteps and succeed in finding love abroad? You know, I believe that there are different strokes for different folks. But if you're gonna listen to someone's advice, I think you would listen to those successful ones. My advice will be, do not exactly copy what Rob did, but at least pick up those good things from what he did. And if you want to talk to Rob personally, you can send us an email to flymetothephilippines@gmail.com and you can ask several questions. We're going to attach the link in the comment section for you to book your appointment. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something from these questions answered. Till next time, only here from Fly Me to the Philippines.